headset too. But no, I appreciate that feedback. Anytime you guys hear something funky, please let me know. Because at the moment, I can't tell. I can, but with my headphones on, it's hard for me to hear the things that I'm monitoring it with. And again, to me on my phone right here, it sounds like I'm loud, but it doesn't matter what I hear. But again, the follows, thank you guys. Those are the only, and I don't have a goal, but it is the only one that I kind of um, hope to get, I guess. The best way to put it. Like, hopefully I get some follows today. All the other stuff is just gravy, but the follows are, that's really cool, man. I appreciate it. Very soon, I'll start doing more, a lot more. Yeah, I'm really excited to do some DCS. Certainly going to be some Star Wars games in the future when those start coming out. But lots of aviation stuff. So if you guys like planes, flying, and that will always be kind of the centerpiece as far as that goes. War Thunder. Again, I can't see myself playing DCS more than a couple times, like a week. That's just going to wear me out, but this game is kind of where it's at right now. And I'm excited for a lot of the changes coming. Hopefully they go well. I'm excited for infantry. I really want to see bullet hell again, even if it's just like a temporary thing that maybe they do seasonally. But that's good practice. And I did not play it enough the last time it was there. What's up, Kim? You want to go down, be our next game? Let's see, let's do two more. Let's do this one and one more. Let's see how it goes. Didn't think you were. We're trying to get back to our regular schedule. I think I started at 5 today, but typically I start at 4 West Coast time. And I'm trying to move it to 3. Still go like as long, if not add an hour on either side. But God, this sponsorship, I will say, this Star Trek is just sucking my time, especially in the morning. I want to put 30 minutes or an hour into it, you know, to upgrade stuff and get everything that was going at night, the mining, and just, you know, do the daily maintenance. And it ends up being 3 hours. It's like, oh my God, how did I end up doing all this stuff? I only wanted to do this and this, and now I'm on this mission that, and now I want to upgrade this ship, and I want to, oh man. It's a fun time suck, but I didn't expect it to draw this much of my attention. Especially, I didn't expect it to draw so much as to where I've pretty much given up on the ground event. I'm either going to end up G'ing it or just, you know, not getting this one, but I really wanted this Russian tank, being that I really haven't started grinding it yet. We're going to start doing more SQB, and that's just going to be a useful vehicle. You want to have as much stuff and as many BRs, you know, as you can, especially when it comes to SQB. So you want to like bring all your goated stuff, and sometimes somebody might have something, you know, it's just, being a collector does pay off from time to time in this game. Not to mention, clearly collecting stuff fits my fancy anyway. So I have like getting as many event vehicles as I can. Oh, do we go high or low? Yes, we are. I just killed myself. Stopped flaring. Yeah, we should probably move down a little bit. I think I wore out my welcome in this plane. I took that bathroom break, got on focus, kind of talking to you guys, and now I went and left that there. Are you guys kidding me? Crispy, Lead Panzer. My goodness, you guys are so awesome. If you get a set, could you turn your? Oh yeah, I got that one. Lead Panzer, how are you doing, man? Thank you so much for that. Welcome in. My gosh, what an awesome Monday. Which again, it's always Friday in here, guys. Always. This is always. Always. All you new people coming in, gosh, I forget. I always get so excited. Maybe I should actually write down. I used to have a little fake script that I would start to read. Anyway, I thought it was funny, but I couldn't quite pull it off. But song request. If you guys are interested, you guys can request any music that you want. Just be, of course, responsible with it. But I love it all, so feel free to request any music. I love hearing new music, old music, pretty much anything goes. Um, so yeah, don't be afraid to throw a song in if you want. And then of course I finally got the Mindscape working. It's been there for a while, but I didn't have it connected to my channel properly. So of course you guys can be lurking and scaping. The dungeons are there as well, but I think Mindscape might actually catch on this time. It's been there for a little bit, but I don't think people quite understood what it was. And now that they've played a lot of dungeons and people, probably the most common thing was that, oh, I wish I could keep my loot, from stream to stream. Well, now you kind of can with Mindscape, so, or Microscape, not Mindscape, but so that is a cool feature. So as you're in there doing that, all the streams that you go to, they just have to have it active on their stream. And you can see, you go to the menu and you can click on streams, and that will show you all the other streamers that have it. And that's kind of that's what it's really for. It's just a social thing. So other people that like that game can say, oh, I can go to this stream and still, keep gaining energy. So yeah, look into that if you're curious about it, or if you saw it on another stream or something. Let me go ahead and throw the link in there for that again real quick too. I'll give you guys that one, and then I will give you my Discord one as well, because that's another part of the raid thing I always forget. The Discord is still very much in its infancy, but I do have some plans for it, so if you guys are interested at all, go ahead and hop in there. If you guys want to get to know me more or have questions or whatnot, I do put my go lives out on there as well as Only Snails. Um, and again, eventually I'll get like a permanent link and do some more stuff. I just got the ability for us to be able to do watch parties and unlocked a whole bunch of emotes and some other stuff that I have to dig into. But again, I appreciate the support. It's all going, straight back into the stream, and we'll keep going with that. Oh my gosh, Postal streaming! Thank you again. Holy cow. You're gonna get us to 230 today, man. What are you feeling, dude? Yeah, let's do one here. That's not a bad idea. I want this Blue Angel skin too. This is probably gonna be ugly. Ooh, this is gonna be ugly. Oh man. I'm gonna need some water before this. There it is. Wondered what I did with it. I'm gonna need some water before this. Alright. And I keep forgetting, brother. Let's take a good look here. Like seriously, this is an opportunity that I never could have come up with for myself. I for years have been, trying to come up with how can I get back into aviation. I had a few jobs here and there at airports and stuff like that, but that just hurt too much. And, again, I probably could, I can't hold a medical high enough to actually flight instruct, but even if I did it like on the low, on the side, it's never enough to like support yourself or anyone else. It's very much like a side gig, unless you've got some really, sugar daddies that like to fly every day kind of thing. Even your rich doctors and lawyers and stuff don't like to fly every day. They like to maintain their life. So yeah, it's not not the gig that most people think it is. And if someone had said, oh, well, why don't you stream and, like teach people stuff about flight on there? I would have been like, that sounds terrible. Like, I don't want to like hang out. I'm not a social person usually, but you guys have kind of started to bring that out of me a little bit. So not only thank you for the support, but thank you guys for kind of letting me be me a little bit. I've never really been able to do that when you're in the military. You always have to be so tight and make sure your P's and Q's are minded. So thank you guys. So yes, here is the radar. Here are all my radar binds. And the main ones that we were talking about to move that scannable area around is the top one. That's the horizontal radar Q, or Q control axis. So you go into this, and all you have to set is the minimum maximum value. And let me see if I can do that here. I hate that it won't let me do that on the keyboard. So you go into the bind, and then you just set the maximum value to right and the minimum value to left. And then once you have that done, you go into game. If you push left and right, whatever you have that scannable area set to, that's what it'll move from left to right. Now, if you want to actually move the cursor around, like not I don't whatever your bind is to cycle through the targets, you can actually with your arrow keys move that cursor around. To do that, you have to go into the other one, the vertical, set it to up and down, same thing, up, down. What is it? Minimum is down, maximum is up, right? Common sense. Now the only caveat to this one is once you have the up down set, and this is kind of where the raid came in, you then have to go into options and you have to go to air battle settings, and that's where that cyclic, you have to change this cyclic switching of aircraft radar, you have to turn that to no. And if you leave that on and you have it set to move side to side, when you go in game and so say you set the binds like I just showed you, left to right, up and down, and you don't change this, when you go in game and you push up and down, it will say, to move the cursor around, you have to change this set. So it literally, the game will tell you if you don't have this part set right. And for me right now with this setup where I have to, have the keyboard in my lap and the dog is a lot of times up here on my lap and my mouse, is a significant distance. It's not really convenient for me to use that. But once I get to be able to sit at my desk, I probably will end up changing that to cyclic because, oh God, I hate cycling. Not only through all the missiles at top tier, every one of those missiles that gets, God, if you're not on top of that radar, it's like cycle, 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 and then you go by it one. You're like, damn it, now I got to go through it all over again. If you can just move that cursor around, it gets rid of all that. And that's what that little hat switch is on top of the stick. That's how you do it in the cockpit. You move that cursor around and go, okay, I want that guy, click, selected, done. You can do it, on the thing as well, but that's what that has. The whole idea of HOTAS. You need to be able to fly and fight the aircraft without taking your hands off the stick or the throttle. And that's kind of the setup that I've tried to do. Like for instance, I think the rest of it is pretty standard, but E is what locks the target, R is what cycles through. I think you guys saw that. Most of the other stuff is all kind of standard, so. And it's always nice to have a baseline, but always adjust those. If there's something that doesn't feel right or there's some other thing that you want to get to quickly, always be adjusting that stuff. Make sure that when you can get to a point that you're hitting those keys and doing just like any other video game, you get to the point where you don't have to look and go, what was that bind again? That's when the learning curve, hits another level. And especially since I switched keyboards, man, it's still a pain. Yaw from Q and E for pointer. I only use it in sim. Interesting. My yaw is still tab and space. No.